Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome into a live edition of the Dream Wager. Today is Monday, October 4th, 2021. Alongside my partner in crime, Elvis, I'm your host, Dylan. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. My boy Bill almost diced him up, but we good. We
Came
good.
up just a hair.
About 5 inches, 5 inches away.
And joining us from the beautiful state of South Carolina, our third member of the crew, Joey D. How are you today, sir?
Feeling good, living better. Hey, good to be
Absolutely.
here. Can't wait to get the show on the road,
Wise
boys.
words of Drake.
That's right.
Feeling good, living better. Great to have you boys in today. We'll recap our crazy week, how our weekend went, talk about tonight's matchup between the Raiders versus the Chargers, and MLB regular season's finished. Playoffs start tomorrow, so we'll look ahead to the games tomorrow and let you know what we think. I do want to start with the fights we saw over the weekend, Joe. Another great fight night in the UFC was put on for us. I thought the main event was great. No one expected these two to go to distance. Even though Johnny Walker lost, I wasn't still impressed with the way he fought and how he showed us he can actually go the full 5 rounds. What do you think of his performance?
Yeah, man, his stock definitely went up in that one. It didn't regress at all. All eyes were on that main event to be surprised. Everyone was talking about it in the MMA community. We had an unfortunate letdown with Aspen Ladd not making weight, and then we had another controversial with Misha Tate, like, clapping back at her. So there was a lot of, like, eyes going into the sport in the octagon and outside of it. But that main event was a good one. People are saying that was fight of the year. I could kind of agree. I think it's in there, because it was competitive back and forth. These guys are both some of the most explosive light heavyweights in that division and all of mixed martial arts. Thiago Santos, he deserved that unanimous decision win because he definitely won the second, third, and fifth round. So he won the championship round in the fifth. But Johnny Walker, he put on a good performance in the first, and that fourth round, man, he was close. Like he was getting close to a finish there. But I think it speaks to Thiago Santos and that he's still there. He's still, like I was saying, that he might be kind of on his way out. All the surgeries he's had on his knees. Johnny Walker's like on a rise, being as youthful as he is. But hey, man, his chin held up, Johnny Walker, so that was impressive. And Thiago Santos, the fact that he played the whole 5 rounds and came out with the victory speaks volumes.
Yeah, Elvis and I were talking, and he was saying how he thought if Thiago Santos didn't get a couple of those right hands that connected, he would have thought Johnny Walker would have won the fight.
Absolutely.
And I think he could have easily went the other way if Johnny Walker actually connected on some of those.
That's right.
Yeah,
Going into the second round.
My fault, Joe.
No, you're right.
Yeah. I was a little surprised it was a unanimous decision. I honestly thought Walker had a chance to win, but Santos, landed some huge punches that were, almost potential knockouts. So I understand why they give the unanimous victory.
Yeah.
The hammer.
But it is surprising how Johnny Walker's chin, because you alluded to on Friday, how he does sometimes have a glass chin and is acceptable to those punches. He held his own.
Absolutely.
And now Thiago Santos, he said, Dana White, my contract's up. Let me get a new one now.
That's right. I think he deserves it.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. And to Elvis's point, man, it was actually very close. Though it was unanimous decision, the fact is if they had a draw in like that second round, that could have been it could have came out on the judge scorecard as a draw. In the Verdict MMA's global scorecard, it had it very tight. So just to your point, Elvis, man, that second round, it could have been anyone's, but the fact is it did side with Thiago Santos. That's why he came up with the unanimous decision, because all 3 judges had it that way.
Yeah. Joe, let's go to the main event. What happened with the headbutt? Just an awful
the co-main with Kevin
Yeah.
Holland? Man, that was unfortunate. I was saying the headbutts are lethal. No wonder why they're illegal, man, because it put the lights out on Kevin Holland. Kyle Dawkins got a hard head, man. Those brothers, they're battle-tested, man, and all credit to Kevin Holland, though, sticking it out and continuing to fight, but I think they did it right. And a lot of people are clamoring for a rematch. I don't think you do one, to be completely honest. I kind of see that. I see that both of these fighters, they can have still high expectations and they still can rise. Maybe have them rematch down the line, not an immediate rematch. Everyone's clamoring, like I said, for an immediate rematch. I think that you maybe not can feed these guys, but you let Kevin Holland try to pick up some steam, and you let Kyle Dawkins, who's a rising star, pick up some steam, and maybe have them rematch down the line. I would like to see it again, but just not immediately.
Yeah. On a positive note, at least he didn't get taken down.
Absolutely. They were commenting, DC was like, he's so long. And then Kevin responded, he was like, he's so long, you're right. So that was funny.
But also, shout out Kevin Holland. He fucking chased down a guy early in the morning.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland apprehended a guy who was in the process of stealing someone's car in the neighborhood.
Yep, he held him
Chased
down
him
till the police
down.
came.
And he chased him down on foot.
Whoa.
This fucking man is for the people.
And they had him in a chokehold to the cops came.
Yeah. All respect to Kevin Holland, man. We love that
Yeah.
guy. Brawler Bibers on IG account, and he said that he's personal friends with the man. So, hey, I like when people are very close, and the community is very close. All the sports keeps everyone close. What would we do without sports, to be completely honest?
Absolutely. So shout out Kevin Holland. I did think they should run it back, but now hearing you, it kind of makes sense. Let the guys get some steam, and then eventually down the road have them run it back.
Absolutely.
So that makes sense. Our boy Nico Price, he got the
Price.
job done against Cowboy.
Hey,
I
competitive
thought it
fight.
was just a solid all-around performance. I think he needed this win, especially against a vet like Cowboy. What did you make of the performance, Joe?
Yeah, man, he's just an explosive dude. He's a great guy. I was kind of like worried when Elvis, Elvis is a sharp now. When he said Cowboy Oliveira, I was worried. I was like, oh, man. But like we said, it wasn't the fight of the year that I expected. We had that more in the main event. But, hey, Nico Price is a savage, and I know Derek Brunson also made a joke. He was like, these guys got 19 kids combined. This is like for the vasectomy title of the world. Like
Hashtag Trojan.
Yeah. So that was hilarious, man. But, they're two warriors, two great fathers, and all credit to them. But Nico Price, man, if he keeps rolling, he's going to be, up there soon enough with a number next to his name, even higher. And I think he deserves it because after that performance, man, he looked good. He looked really good.
Yeah. I agree. So that got the win for me. The fourth fight was closer than most people anticipated. Jocko got the split decision against Misha. People are saying the fight could have gone either way. How did you see the
That's
fight
another
go?
one like the main event where it could have on the judges' scorecard gone either way. I had Misha Cirkunov going with the first round submission victory. That didn't happen. Jocko, man, you had it right.
He's tough. He's
Dude,
a tough son of a bee.
These guys are, and he took away. Jocko was on now on a 2-fight win streak. Misha Cirkunov was on a 6-fight win streak. So the fact is now Jocko took all of that momentum from him, and he's going to be another, guy to look out in the light heavyweight division because I think that's what they did for this Saturday evening. They did a little light heavyweight display. So,
Yeah. And also, what a way to start off the main card. Alexander the Great with just a vicious KO. Those elbows to the face will do damage to literally anyone.
That's right.
How impressed were you by Hernandez's performance?
What a great comeback victory. All respect to Mike Breeden taking that fight on short notice. He stepped in there like a warrior should. And, man, you got to give that dude credit. But Alex Hernandez, I think he has potential to be a future champ. Now, we got to have him get together a little bit, improve on all his skills and stuff like that. But I actually predicted that exactly right. I saw him getting the first round knockout victory, and that's exactly what we saw, man. It was bombarding. Yeah. It was just a barrage of punches and kicks and elbows, and it was effective, and it worked. He got it.
Yeah, it was a way to start off the main card. But Joe Selecki, he fucked us. Shout out Gordon, though. Hell of a win, I thought.
And he called out who did he call out? He had a great call out there. Flash Gordon. Man, I'm dropping it right now, but he had a great call out. And the fact of the matter is that it was a surprising upset because a lot of people were excited with Joe Selecki. He was a favorite there. And hey, it was kind of one of the underdogs of the night because there was a lot of favorites on Saturday night.
A lot of favorites. And last fight I want to talk about, really not even a fight, you alluded to it in the beginning. What happened with Aspen Ladd? Has she always struggled to make weight?
I mean, I think she's a little bigger than the weight class that she's in. And like I said, it was wrong of, I think, like the MMA community got on Miesha Tate when she like called her out and stuff like that. And her coach, Jim West, came out and defended her fighter. Sorry, I had a little drop something there. But hey, it was I think a coach is supposed to do that. You're supposed to protect your fighter, defend your fighter, especially when she was struggling with the weight cut and everything else that she had. It's not an easy thing to stay on weight, stay underweight, get ready for that while you're also trying to train, hit pads, it's a lot of variables that go into that. But I know Aspen Ladd will be back. Miesha Tate said she was trying to cheat. There's no way. She was struggling with a lot of things. And the fact of the matter is she's still trying to get on the scale. A lot of people don't even get on the scale if they're that bad, that far behind. So respect to her. I think she'll be black. I mean, she'll be back. She's, you know what I mean? She's young. That's the main point is. The fact is she's young and there's still a future ahead for her.
Elvis, you were saying there's no excuse. You signed a contract. You're supposed to make weight.
You signed the contract months beforehand. You know what your obligations are. You know what you signed up for. So for you to show up overweight, I don't care what happens. I don't care.
Wow. Even if it's something out of your control.
Yeah, even if it's something out of your control,
Mm.
you sign up for something. You know on October what 3rd? No,
Second.
You knew on October 3rd, 2nd, for months in advance, you had an obligation to fulfill. And you wasn't prepared.
They're
It's
all
simple.
professionals, and I respect that. I think, not to take anything away from that point of view, but for men in mixed martial arts, they don't have to worry about the time of the month, and that's exactly what was there. It was a last second thing that occurred for her. She would have fought in that condition, and like I said, her coach came in her defense, and like you said, there's no excuse. Maybe she could have fought to be a little more under, but she's already redlining her body trying to make that weight. But hey, like you said, they're professionals, and like you said, you signed that dotted line. They're expecting you to make that weight. So she didn't get a purse. Nothing came her way because of that. So it hurts her pockets as well. It probably hurts the gym as well, not being able to pay the coaches and pay the gym.
And I think it sucks for the fighter who she was supposed to fight, because now she just trained for 2-3 months and she cut weight and she made weight. Now it's like
she sacrificed a lot of time.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
and I had her as the underdog win, Macy Chai zone. But at the end of the day, maybe how it was against the immediate rematch for Kevin Holland and Kyle Dawkins. I think that's a fight where you can do an immediate rematch once they get back together.
Yeah, well, hopefully she'll be back and better than ever, because you never want to see someone down, especially not making weight. It's an awful way to go out. But Joe, how did your record was in?
I actually broke even. It was a kind of a rocky, but it was 7-7 overall preliminary. Parlay didn't hit because Joe Selecki, but did wind up just above water because it went 500.
Nice. How did that main event go in Bellator? Who won?
Oh man, so I had the knockout victory for MVP Michael Venom Page, but he took a unanimous decision victory. So he's on his way to fight for the welterweight title there. But a lot of people were saying that was controversial. They were saying that the fact of the matter is, though he knocked down Diego Lima, Diego Lima had more strikes. He outstruck him. He also had 2 takedowns for the match. So that's where we need to kind of break down what we're judging and where the points can be, scored more effectively, because it's like at that point it gets a little more complicated and we don't know what to expect with the judges when it gets to a judge's scorecard. That's why you got to take them out. That's why they always say you got to finish the fight, leave it out of the judge's hands. But MVP did wind up victorious, though I did take him via KO TKO. He did win if you did pick a money line.
Nice. Do we have any I know there's another fight night this upcoming weekend. Any PFL Bellator 1
at the end of the month? We got PFL back. We're going to have another Bellator at the end of the month. I do believe this weekend, if not next weekend, we're going to have one, and we got another UFC. We got Mackenzie Dern taking on Marina Rodriguez. That's this Saturday. So
yeah, some good sneaky fights too
Absolutely.
underneath in the main card. So we'll be sure to check that out on Friday. But I want to recap. You had a good weekend in college football, right, Joe? How'd you end up doing?
Friday wasn't nice to any of us there. I know we had a couple of underdogs, Maryland and Utah State. They played good ball clubs, and at the end of the day, we thought they were a little better than where they were. But, man, Saturday was good for us, and I went 3-0 on Saturday. I had all the picks come out pretty accurate. I kind of said that. Unfortunately, with the Rutgers thing, Ohio State, there's precedent that they would blow them out. That's what happened there, the Ohio State. And, man, Auburn, that late night victory, that come from behind. Bo Nix away from home, man. I kind of saw that they would be able to get the job done, though it was hard to, play over there in LSU. Death Valley, it's always a spot. And then Boston College getting 15 was like a no-doubter, because Clemson is a shell of themselves of what the program used to be. So
they barely snuck out of there, right?
Absolutely.
They barely won.
Boston College almost came out victorious, and they're a good program, always have been. But when you're giving them 15 points, I think you got to take it. So it was a smart move there.
Boy, Wisconsin shit the bed at home. As much as it pains me to say, Michigan might be for real. They were able to throw the ball all over Wisconsin.
First underdog win in like 5 years.
Yeah, in Madison too. So Notre Dame, I don't even want to talk about them. Elvis, you said Cincinnati usually starts slow. That wasn't the case on Saturday. Opened up 17-0 early lead on the road. So huge win and prove it for Cincinnati against a top 10 program.
Trying to follow last year's.
Yeah. Bama minus 14.5. That I should have just put my whole bank account on that, because that was a lot. Bama they're just light years ahead of everyone. Ole Miss is a good football program, but they just looked outmatched against Bama. And now Bryce Young is the clear favorite for Heisman.
Yeah.
So
hey,
and yeah,
I didn't talk about it, but you know how you said light years away? Coastal's looking like light years away against all their opponents, man. They won by 50.
Holy sh! Who they got this weekend?
I didn't check the schedule, but I'm thinking they're going to be home at Brooks Stadium, so I'm thinking another big victory there. Grayson McCall is the real deal.
Oh yeah, and another Saturday night that just never showed up. UCLA. I still think they're in the locker room. They just got absolutely hosed by ASU. Shout out Herm Edwards. He had
Great
those boys
coach.
ready to play from start to finish, and Chip Kelly didn't. Their QB just didn't look comfortable, and he was under pressure all night. It's a sad outing by the Bruins in front of their home crowd. Honestly, my leans did better than my official picks. The under in the Arkansas-Georgia game hit. Nevada plus 6.5 over Boise. They won outright. So not a terrible day in college, but not great either. So glad you did all right. Elvis, Notre Dame just wasn't it. I'm sorry.
Not it.
Boys, let's talk about our 1 o'clock games. Let's talk about on Sunday. I actually had a winning day. 5-4. Elvis, congrats to you. First winning week as well. 5-3. Joe, 5-7 for you.
We all had 5 wins.
Yeah, we all 5, 10, 15. That's nice. Let's talk about this Washington football versus Falcons game. Epic ending and great come from behind win for the football team. They needed this win. Taylor Heineke played well, and so did McKissick.
Yeah.
JD McKissick. So 6 catches for this is McLaurin. 6 catches for over 100 yards. Huge game by him, and they were able to run the ball well. And Falcons might be the worst team.
50-50, but yeah, they might. Detroit did not look good against the Bears either. So, but shout out to Tyler Heineke, man, for that comeback win. The Falcons the Washington football team almost got robbed because late in the game, Chase Young got called for unnecessary roughness, which was
ridiculous.
Terrible call on there. But shout out for them squeezing that win. I thought Atlanta was going to run away with it when the score was like 21-10, but Tyler Heineke,
they're known to choke.
He's pretty good now. He's pretty good.
He's capable.
He's capable.
Yeah,
that's a better word. Thank you.
The fact that he was able to come double digits back on the road, it's impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
impressive.
It's an NFL team.
It's an NFL team on the road, down 10.
Yeah,
and you did it.
So I got that one right. You also took Washington. Joe, you didn't touch this game.
Yeah,
so.
I wanted to shy away from it. It kind of looked like a smart move in a sense because it could have gone either way. But my buddies were down there for the game, and they were because they're football team fans, so they were kind of concerned that those Falcons fans would have got on them. So I don't blame them down there in Atlanta. But it was a competitive matchup. I think Heineke could have actually done great if he had the mentorship of a veteran like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like if he had them to stay under a little bit, kind of stay under the wings and learn a little more, I think it'd be more beneficial for him. But every time he comes into play, man, he's competitive. So I got to like the guy.
Yeah, and he just basically got thrown into the wolves. But
twice.
But sometimes that's what propels people to get over the hump. So we'll see. Joe, a game you did touch, not even close. Texans just 40-0 clip. Bills, they might be the best team in the AFC. I think that the Bills be.
They might.
Just an absolute beat down. I think they're for real. Great cup. Like I said, great teams win and cover.
True.
So just another dominant performance from Josh Allen. 20 for 29, 249 yards, 2 tutties. Diggs had another solid game. So
real deal.
This is just another great performance by the Bills. Anything from you guys on that game now?
It was nothing to watch. I'll be honest. We all knew what the game was gonna be like, but we didn't expect a 40-0 game.
No,
I'm telling you, that kid Sims or Mims, not it.
No.
If Tyrod was in, I probably would have smashed this 17.5, 16.5.
But it was around 16, 17.
I think Tyrod would have made it, a little better game, but Buffalo, they rolling.
Let's hear what you had to say, because you're the one who took Lions +3. What happened in that game?
I'm gonna be honest. David Montgomery happened. He had a huge game, busted for a lot of yards.
He's a dog.
He ended up getting hurt, I think.
But he's good now.
He's good?
Yeah, they said MRI negative.
Oh, shout out him, man. I just hope nothing crazy happened to him. He had a huge game. Justin Fields ended up managing the game well. In the second half, Detroit started coming back, but a costly missed snap, fumble / interception. I don't know what to call it, but they're in position to tie the game up, and I guess the center just missnapped it and hit Jared Goff right on the shoulder, and Hicks on Chicago's defensive line just ended up catching it, and that was pretty much the game right then and there. But give Chicago props, winning a game. David Montgomery had a huge game. Justin Fields managed the game well.
He needed that confidence, Fields.
Yeah, give him props. But I'll be honest, Jared Goff, in the center lost that game.
Wow.
He ain't.
I
They
was
were in
getting
the-
excited.
Come on, Billy, you came around a little bit last week. He was making some
True
throws
that.
that you like. I could see it.
When they started coming back, I got excited for the over. I thought we were going to maybe see overtime.
I was getting excited for the +3.
Yeah.
It's just inexcusable. Yeah, they play hard, the Lions, every week for their coach, but they just don't have the pieces to win a game. And my thing is, they were down in the red zone or even down in the goal line, about the 10-yard line, 3 times in the first half, and came out with 0 points. And I get it. You go for it on 4th down because you never know if you're going to get back down there. So I applaud the aggressiveness, but you gotta come out with some points.
Like, I understand why a lot of people go for it on 4th down, but at the end of the day, 3 is better than nothing every time.
Every
In
time.
my opinion.
That's
I'd rather have
there.
$3 than $0 every day of the week.
Another interesting game, I thought. They almost backdoor covered. I think the Cowboys have been the team to surprise me the most, at least. They look polished.
More than the Cardinals?
Huh?
More than the Cardinals?
Yeah, because I wasn't high on the Cowboys. I took them not to make the playoffs. I took them not to win the division, under 9.5. I just didn't think they were going to have defense. But Diggs leading the league in interceptions. My under 9.5 wins on the season does not look good.
Did not look good.
So they're the only team in the league 4-0 ATS this year, and the only team to start 4-0 ATS. So they're doing something right.
I'll be honest, they're looking good, man. Right now, who would have thought Cowboys are the second team in the league in rushing? Who would have thought? Zeke Elliott, huge game yesterday. I think he had 143 and a touchdown,
20 carries, over 140 yards and a TD.
What more do you want from Zeke Elliott? Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns. He looking sharp. I was a little surprised. The Panthers defense looked a little lackluster.
Their secondary got exposed a little.
Secondary got exposed, but I was also surprised how their front 7 wasn't able to bring it home. You know, I think because it was the running game, just, breaking it out. Zeke had a huge game, but I want to give Sam Darnold some props for bringing them back because he kind of almost backdoor covered.
He almost did, yeah.
He almost did. He had a great game. Just the defense was just
no
too much.
McCaffrey hurt as well.
No, like I said, if McCaffrey was in the game, it would have been a pick 'em instead of Dallas -4,
4.5, yeah.
and maybe McCaffrey's in, they win this game. And who would have thought this game would have went over? I think they scored over 70 points.
Yeah, it was a big scoring game. DJ Moore actually had another good game.
DJ Moore's for real. He's entering the
better
room.
than Robbie. He's probably their best receiver.
Yeah. But him and Robbie got that connection.
Yeah, from the Jets. But it was good. I hate to see it, but the Cowboys, I think, are back.
Hey.
Yeah, I think they're back, unfortunately. But good call on this game, Elvis. Colts, money line. Dolphins fucked me. Wentz actually had a good game.
Pat was loving it.
Yeah. He was able to connect with Ali Cox for 2 touchdowns. Even Jonathan Taylor, he ran the ball well, 16 carries for over 100 yards and a touchdown. Brissett was not it.
Like I said on Friday's show, I would initially took the Colts to win the game, but I ended up taking the pick out just because I have so much respect for Brian Flores and that team. Defensively, that team is there, but they're just a quarterback away. Somebody in that front office needs to make a decision and get Deshaun Watson in there. Because I'm going to be honest, they get Deshaun Watson, this team is set. They have a good running game. They have weapons offensively. Defensively, they're there.
Parker had a good game.
They're just a quarterback away, and I don't think Tua could lead them to that next step. And you see what Jacoby Brissett been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Joe, anything?
Joe, you took the Colts straight up too.
Yeah, Colts straight up, and I saw it. I just thought it's kind of like a trap game. Though Jacoby Brissett, he's another capable quarterback. I just didn't think they would be able to have enough. I thought Indianapolis was going to get their first win of the year there. And I think something to be said about lefty quarterbacks. We've only seen like a handful of lefty quarterbacks like succeed in the NFL. Michael Vick, Steve Young, Rich Gannon. Like there's not many lefty quarterbacks. Boomer Esiason, that's back in the day. And I don't think he really won that many games. But all the other lefty quarterbacks fail to really have success in the NFL. Like we thought Matt Leinart, right, coming out was going to be good. Tua. I think the fact of the matter is he doesn't have the strongest of arms. You need that in the NFL, and the ball is coming from the opposite side, coming from the left. So it's just a hard thing for him, and I think you need, like you said, a quarterback there so that they're one quarterback away and they could be way more competitive. But they're also chasing the Bills, and you talked about it before. That's probably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the AFC.
I think the front office of Miami, watching last night and what they got and what the Patriots got in Mac Jones, they need to make a move. They know they don't have their guy in the building.
Yeah,
It's clear. Like I'm not even trying to throw shit at Tua because I do think he is a good quarterback.
He's just not good enough.
Yeah, I don't think
because you see the division. Zach Wilson, you see the potential.
You see the potential.
Matt Jones, you see what he's capable of doing, and then you see your Josh Allen is. He's
MVP.
He ain't going nowhere for the next 10 to almost 15 years.
Yeah,
he's a problem child. So Miami got a decision to make sooner than later.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what they do. Let's talk about this next game. Good call, another good call on you, Elvis. Ugly game, I think. Browns just coming out. Honestly, it was much closer than I thought. Kevin Stefanski, bad play calling.
He went for a fourth down twice.
I didn't like the play calling, and I didn't think Baker played that well. He missed OBJ twice. OBJ dusted the corner and was wide open and underthrew him twice and just completely missed the other time. They could have won by easily 20 points. So closer than I expected, and they just ultimately shut down Thielen and Jefferson.
Yeah, I was going to say, the offense was like asleep, man. It was something in the air for both the quarterbacks, both the offenses, man. I know
Myles Garrett just put pressure he might be him and Aaron Donald might be the best.
Miles is up there. Like I said on Friday's show, this game is going to be won by Cleveland's defense.
Should have took the under too.
But at the end of the day, my man Kirk Cousins has been slinging the ball lately. All season, he kind of been slinging the ball.
It didn't show it there.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook returned, so I'm expecting a little high-scoring game because the Vikings offense is back in full force. Like you said, Thielen might just be the best receiver in football. And then you have Justin Jefferson still having an amazing season. But what Cleveland was able to do defensively was all time. I'm gonna be honest. That defense is something to be reckoned with. Like you said, Kevin Stefanski has some questionable calls. You on the goal. I think you're on 4th and 2, and you pass it with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You're number one in rushing for a reason, and you're gonna pass it twice on 4th and goal. Come on now. You're number one in rushing. Stick to running the ball. Yeah. I think you at least cash in one of those, possibly both with Kareem Hunt running the ball. And I'm be honest, Baker's having some regression. He's not looking as good as he did last year. I don't know what it is. The running game is still there. You see how much they're averaging per game. But I don't know what's up with Baker. I don't know if it's Odell coming back. I don't know if he's trying to force it.
It's too much commercial time, you know? He's on the commercials every Sunday.
But at the end of the day, they're 3-1.
3-1.
Should have been 4-0. They should have beat the Chiefs week 1. Yep. So records high. They lead the division, tied with Baltimore
and Cincy.
So they're getting the job done, but it ain't looking too good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The Giants got their first win of the season.
Who would have thought?
I told you it's so hard to the odds makers don't know what to make of New Orleans. When they're underdogs, they win outright. When they're favorites, they lose. So on the road, I think it was a pretty good win for Daniel Jones and the Giants. He threw for over 400 yards, 2 TDs. Galloway had a good game. You should have started him.
I did.
And I think Kamara just tried to do a little. They were a little one-dimensional, I think. 26 carries. Yeah, he had 120 yards, but that was it. You had no offense anywhere else. And then Joey was alluding to it before we started recording. Jabril Peppers came up big in their defense. So I thought it was an impressive win. They finally got the win, get off the back of their hump. So shout out the Giants, man.
Yeah, shout out the Giants. They made Saquon made a lot of plays. I think Saquon is finally back. I feel like he's finally comfortable coming back from the injury. Saquon actually looked pretty good. Jabril Peppers, shout out Jersey. He did his thing. Had the whole team hyped when they flipped the coin. So I think he was one of the key reasons to win in overtime.
What did he say? Fuck that.
He said, "Fuck him." He said, "We get the ball. Fuck them."
Yeah. They wanted that ball. That's right.
They wanted that ball. They wanted to win. Shout out to Giants. Impressive win in that stadium.
I think something's in the air because the Jets and the Giants
overtime
both got their first wins in overtime. Jets, impressive win. I know AJ Brown and Julio Jones wasn't there, but
talk your shit, Dylan. Talk your shit. Shit.
We only had to stop Derrick Henry. Yeah, he rushed for 150-something, 160 yards, but who cares? Fucking CJ Mosley had 11 tackles all over the place. And Zach Wilson, like you said, there were some signs. There were some good plays where I was like, okay.
Jets.
Jets. Thank you. It was finally good. Zach needed this at home. Now we're on a short week. Going to London, cross the pond. Maybe we could pick up a win against the Falcons.
You can now. You can.
I think so.
There you go.
So neutral site, cross the pond. I think it's
It's a play.
I think it's a play, definitely. I think I'm gonna start tailing my Jets.
Jets.
But I think it was a good game, and we needed that. Good for our coaching staff finally get their first win. Zach needed that, a lot of rookies got their first win yesterday.
Yeah,
Justin Fields, Mac Jones, no. But Corey Davis made some nice plays too in the corner of the end zone. He had 4 catches for over 100 yards and a touchdown. Jamison Crowder is back. That helped us. So just an impressive
Davis
win.
wanted to show up against his old team. That's why.
You had to. And fuck you both for taking Tennessee. So
minus the points.
That's what you
Fuck
get. The Chiefs actually covered a game.
Let's go.
They're still 3-12 in their last 15 ATS, but Mahomes just cooked the Eagles secondary. Threw for 5 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran the ball well with finally no turnovers. 14 carries for over 100 yards, but Tyreek Hill was the star of the game. 11 catches, 186 yards, and 3 TDs. Great win and cover. Now they're back home on Sunday Night Football against the Bills. Bills.
Early lead.
Money line.
Already took them. Bills +4.
Wow, they're 4 points.
They're
I
getting
took them
4.
early.
I was about to say because right now I saw it and Bills were +1.5.
I know. I caught it early.
I think that's a fair line. Bills are probably a better team right now.
I caught it. I caught it like Friday night.
Holy shit!
I was looking ahead. I was like, you know what? I clicked week 5 by accident. I saw it.
Were you impressed with Kansas City or it was the Eagles?
I was. I'll be honest, not really, because I was just surprised they held, but not really. Yeah. Not really. I'll be honest. Philly, Jalen Hurts did throw for a lot of passing yards, but overall, that defense sucks. So I was just surprised. That Jalen Hurts was able to make it interesting, but we all knew who was going to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Joe, I know you want to talk about this game. Cardinal, what a win for the Cardinals. 4-0, beat the Rams on the road in LA. Impressive win. Took it to the Rams and just smacked them in the mouth. Murray threw for 2 TDs and was able to throw inside the pocket this week. He didn't want to run. He stayed in the pocket. Yeah.
I was going to say, super impressive. And Elvis, I know, wants to talk about it, too. We both took the Arizona Cardinals +10. We could have taken them money line. It would have been a hit. Didn't matter there. But honestly, we could talk about the Cardinals possibly one of the best teams in the NFL, if not the best team in the NFL. Undefeated. Kyler Murray, front runner for MVP. I think we got to see maybe because the other guy that's kind of up there for MVP right now is Derek Carr. We got to see tonight's game, and I know we'll get into that in a bit.
Are they for real?
The Cardinals are for real.
Yeah, they're for real.
They just beat the Rams on SoFi.
The only undefeated team left in the league. Arguably a top 10 defense. Arguably a number 1 offense.
Mm.
Yeah, they're for real. Kyler Murray's the number 1 quarterback in the league right now. The running game with Edmonds, he had over 100 yards.
Defense is the truth.
Yeah.
The running game is up there. Defense is good.
And that was the one thing that we thought they wouldn't be able to do was run the ball against the Rams and 12 carries for 120 yards. Yeah.
And he even ran the ball well himself. He got a big third and 11
conversion
with his legs.
Yeah. So I thought it was an impressive win for the Cardinals. Good call on the
teaser.
Though
John Jones is, my bad, having some controversy. Chandler Jones is not. That man is the serious. That man is.
And even AJ Green still showing he got something left in the tank.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He had a big game.
True.
I think the lock of the week was taking Seattle +3 and money line for Joe and I. Great call. Seahawks cover, got that right win. Wilson just
lit it up.
He just lit it up. Tallied 3 touchdowns on the road. Yeah, Jimmy G wound up getting hurt, but Trey Lance came in and I thought he played pretty well, but there's definitely room to grow. We saw some flashes here and there, but their offense has struggled.
Yeah, Trey Lance reminds me of Dak a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because like you said, getting thrown into the fire and like.
Now I feel you, Joe. I'm gonna be honest though. I don't see it as a lock of the weekend. I feel like if Jimmy G never gets hurt, the 49ers win this game. Wow. They had the lead before he got hurt. I know you throw the kid in the fire. He ended up playing well. I think he had 2 touchdowns, 198, slightly under 200 passing yards. But if Jimmy G stays healthy, I think they end up winning this game. You know it. I know
I
it.
don't know it.
All right.
But the only thing I do know is Debo Samuel had an impressive game. 8 catches for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. I was the only person Seahawks couldn't cover.
Yeah.
Was Debo. But other than that, great win for the Seahawks. Love them. Another bad play by me. Took the Broncos. Holy shit.
Try to tell you now.
Teddy wound up getting hurt, and I think that just ruined the whole game plan for the Broncos. Drew Lock sucks.
Not it.
But you got to give it up to the Ravens. They impressed me. I just wasn't sure about them, but they dominated this game. Their defense came to play and held the Broncos to only 7 points at home. And Lamar showed that he was able to throw inside the pocket. And that was the criticism.
And Marquise Hollywood Brown was able to hold on to the ball and catch a touchdown. Last week, they would have won by 20, at least
15.
At least 15, 17 points if Hollywood Brown just holds on to a couple of balls. This week he did. Like I said, I feel like Baltimore was going to win this game convincingly, even if Teddy Two Glove was in the game. I'm going to be honest. They faced the Jets, Jacksonville, and
the Giants.
Come on now. None of those teams are playoff bound. None of those teams look good at all. Sub 500 teams all got 1 wins. Like I said, Denver, they have the potential.
The Jets and the Patriots have the same record.
Yeah, 1-3 teams.
Yeah, so don't
they're 1-3. They're not good.
Start throwing shade at my team.
I hear you, but they're not good. Then we beat your team.
So but wait till we see you again,
and then we're gonna win by 20 again. Okay. It's easy money. Easy money. I guarantee. You want to put something on it now?
Nah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
I already know. I predicted the future. I tell you, we're gonna destroy you. I told you my man Bill was gonna dice you up and get multiple interceptions. What happened?
Top 2 defense.
Top 1. Secondary's greatest secondary of all time. I don't even want to talk about it. Wait till Stephon Gilmore is back. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But like I said, it's just Denver really was never impressed me this season. Yes, they were 3-0, but who did they really beat? So I told them, I was like, I see Baltimore win this game convincingly. I don't even know why the spread was just -1. I don't even know how Baltimore was underdogs in this game. So shout out Baltimore, shout out the Ravens, shout out my boy Lamar, shout out that defense, still looking good, even though they have a lot of injuries on that secondary.
Yeah, Vic Fangio was actually mad at the end of the game because instead of taking the knee, the Ravens, they ran the ball 3 times
for the
record.
For the record, they tied the Steelers.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'm just fucking fed up. He goes, I knew they were gonna try to do that.
I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of unprofessional.
It's
you're
like,
up,
are those
up 3 possessions?
Is that one of the unwritten rules?
Yeah, it is one of the unwritten rules.
I mean,
it's like in baseball. If you're up 15 runs, you're not about to, a kid just hits the ball in the gap. You're not about to just tell everybody to go home. Stay at third.
Yeah. Let's talk about the last 4:00 game. Steelers versus the Steelers just aren't it.
Trying to tell you.
I think they played a little harder, but they still stink. They got to be one of the worst. They got to be the worst team in the division. Would you guys agree?
Offensively, yeah. Defensively, I'll give it.
Bengals are better. Ravens are better.
Browns are clearly better. Yeah. Defensively, they're still a top defense, but offensively, like I said, Big Ben is just a shell of himself. He stood a year too long. I'm gonna be honest. I understand you gotta respect Big Ben. He just threw his 400 career passing touchdown, he joined an elite company there. But you got to move on. I don't know if it's Dewey Haskins or is it.
You got to give Dewey some time now.
Or Mason Rudolph. Him and Myles Garrett might duke it out whenever they play, but I don't know. It's just Big Ben, Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, but. You're done, kid. I'm sorry to see it. I hate watching it,
Yeah.
But Green Bay -6.5 lot.
I just think he's hurting this team. He's just refusing to throw the ball down the field. He keeps checking it down.
He can't throw the ball down the field. Every time he throws the ball on down the field, he either overthrows them or he underthrows them. You saw he missed Smith-Schuster, TikTok boy over here, multiple times yesterday.
Yeah. So, Rod, did you like that little exchange between Rodgers and Tomlin? Because they tried to quick count him, and
Tomlin's like, you almost got me.
You almost got me. So watch out. He might go to Pittsburgh after this year.
Nah. Okay. It's a possibility.
Possibility.
Aaron will be a free agent.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna end up
Denver. Yep.
Or
you thought I was high on Denver this year?
Or
oh my god, Giants.
49ers.
I don't know about that. You just invested
and
Trey Lance,
and he can sit back up. How many years Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre?
Like 4 or 5.
Exactly. Trey Lance can chill for another 2.
Let's talk about Sunday night. Elvis, what a game. Played out perfectly for you guys for a chance to win. And off the left, boom.
Yeah.
I don't like them going. I don't like them kicking a field goal instead of going for it. 56-yard long field goal is, especially in those conditions, you just don't do it. You play to win the game. So I don't like them kicking it. Even you were surprised that they actually tried and attempted it. Because even if they made it, you leave Tom Brady with 55, 56 seconds. And you know what that's going to be. You've seen that happen.
With 2 timeouts.
With 2 timeouts. So,
but personally, Dill, as a Patriots fan, I was kind of pissed off last night because we had an opportunity to win this game. Let's start with the 4th and 3rd right then and there to end the game. This kid, Mac Jones,
he outperformed him.
He outperformed Tom Brady. And it's 4th and 3rd with 56 seconds left in this game. And the options are to either go for it on 4th and 3rd or kick a 56-yard field goal in the pouring rain. This kid just completed 19 completions in a row. And his first incompletion, you're just going to kick a 56-yard field goal in the pouring rain and win the game. No, let the kid give the kid a chance to win this game all by himself. You had time on your back pocket. Give him opportunity to run a play, get a first down. It was 4 yards to go, 3 yards to go, only 3 yards. This kid just completed 19 straight passes. You telling me he couldn't go 20 for 21? Come on, Bill. Yeah. Have bigger balls than that. Kid played a great game. Shouts out to our defense. One of the best defenses of all time. I'm going to be honest. I'm just talking my shit a little bit, but let me be. We almost saw a great performance. Matthew Judon had a great game, providing pressure all night. Tom Brady, I don't care if it was pouring rain. Tom Brady is the GOAT. We had Tom Brady looking a little shaky all game. My man Bill diced him up. Bill Jr. diced him up. We was throwing different formations at him. 3 lined up, 4 lined up. We let Brady have it. The fact that he was able to go in there and get a game, win this game, was impressive. In the pouring rain. Shout out AB. He dropped a few balls.
No, not shout out.
No, I'm talking from Patriots fan perspective. Shout out AB. Left us in the game. He ended up dropping a few balls. But I like what I saw from Mac Jones. Like I said, 19 straight completions. The future looked bright.
You got your guy.
We got our guy. And another thing, I feel like we would have won this game if the Patriots didn't go for -1 rushing yards.
Yeah.
There's no way Tom Brady should outrun a whole entire team. Yeah. The Bucks front is great. They have probably the best run defense in the league, but -1 yards, unacceptable. If you just go +8 yards, guess what? Possibly 8 yards closer to the field goal. Yeah. And guess what? If that was a 48-yard field goal, we would have took the lead. I'm not saying we win in the game because that's Tom at the end of the day. I got a lot of respect for Tom, but we had the lead with 57 seconds left in the pouring rain.
Joe, what'd you think of Sunday Night Football?
I actually didn't get a chance to see it,
but you heard about it.
Patriots were ahead of that last portion of the game, but it's just like Aaron Rodgers. When you give Brady a little too much time at the end, they're going to come back from behind.
Yeah, yeah, you were alluding to it earlier. Mac Jones outperformed Brady at home. So we were talking about how big this game was for Brady and Belichick. Imagine Mac Jones winning this game and how much that would have meant for him. So Brady only completed 51% of his
lowest as the Tampa Bay Buck.
His worst game. He didn't throw a touchdown, even though Antonio Brown should have caught that one in the back of the end zone. He
should have caught the one that he lost in the lights. He lost it in the lights or in the rain.
Or he just lost it.
Yeah.
But now Brady is 28-18 when he doesn't throw a touchdown. It's kind of crazy how he has a winning record in that category. But yeah, I just feel like that game, in that type of situation, in that game, in that time, you gotta go for it, and you can't settle for field goals. But hey, I'll never question the GOAT. It's Bill Belichick. So if he wants to go kick 3, trot out the field goal.
Yeah, but 56 yards of rain in the pouring.
He trusts him
in the pouring rain.
Yeah,
and he has a bad leg.
Yeah, I don't know, but unders are still profitable. 31-26 after this weekend, and we talked about home field advantage. Yeah, that might not be a thing. Road teams are 33-30 straight up this year. We have fans back, but I don't think it's really making that big of a difference. They're barking.
They're barking.
So good stuff, boys. Let's talk about tonight's matchup between the Raiders on the road taking on the Chargers. Chargers are a -3 favorite with the total around 51.5. Joe, I'll start with you. How do you see tonight's game going?
The Raiders away from home. I got to take the money line. I got it at +134.
Wow.
Derek Carr, like I said, he's on track to be the MVP. If not for Kyler Murray, we got to see that competition coming out at the end of the season. And I'm also running that straight, but I'm putting it in a parlay. But the parlay is a little safer because it's an over 52.5, and it's Vegas plus the 3. So they're away from home. I think we're going to have a high-scoring affair. Raiders games have been nothing but exciting. Chargers game have been nothing but exciting. But I do have technically 2 official plays, one being the Vegas Raiders money line at +134 and the two-way parlay plus 257. That's the over 52.5, and the Vegas Raiders getting +3.
Not a boy. Elvis, where are you going for this game tonight?
Tonight, I'll be going with the Raiders
Wow.
+3.5. Joey, I love the spirit taking the money line, but I'm gonna take. They're giving me 3.5. I'm gonna take it. I have some faith.
You got
in John.
it. You got it early. I'm sorry, but you got it early.
Yeah, I
'cause
got it
is at
early.
3.
Yeah, I got it real early. Like I said, I got Bills +4. I take everything early. If I like it,
Take
Yeah.
it.
trust me. If you see a matchup in Week 7, look at it right now because things could change. So ended up taking the Raiders +3.5. I just feel like, Derek Carr's on a mission. He wants to prove to John, I'm your quarterback for the future. I belong to stay here. This is my team. I like what Justin Herbert is doing. I like what the Chargers is doing overall. But I will lean the Raiders +3.5. That's my official play as well. I expect a close game. It's a divisional matchup. So, the divisional matchups is always a tough one. But expect a great game. Hopefully it's not a OD under game like last night. I do expect a little over, so I will lean over 51.5, but my official play will be the Raiders +3.5.
Let's go.
The Raiders have been an over machine since moving to Vegas, 15-4 since the start of last season, and Chargers as a home favorite, 5-15-1 ATS since 2008. So they haven't been good at home laying points. Call me crazy, but I'm going on the other side of you guys. I'm going to lay the 3 with the Chargers at home. Both quarterbacks are having great seasons, but Herbert is number 1 in completion percentage and passes over 15 yards or more. I think this is going to be the Raiders' toughest challenge today. The Chargers are healthier, and I think they have a better backfield with Eckler because Josh Jacobs, he's game time decision. You don't know if he's going to play. And I just think the Raiders have a tough time trying to stop the run. So I think it should be a close game, but I'm going to take the better quarterback in my eyes. I know Derek Carr's having a good year, but Stanley, he's made an improvement on that defense. You got Derwin James, you got Bosa on the end.
They're healthy now.
Yeah,
they're healthy.
I'm taking Herbert over Carr. That's what it came down for me. So give me the Chargers at home laying 3. And I would also lean over 51.5 as well. I do like that.
We
play.
all like the over.
You know what that means.
Under.
But yeah, boys, playoff baseball is here. I know we haven't touched baseball in a while, but the Red Sox, congratulations.
Let's go.
You said it.
They and the Yankees both won yesterday and clinched the last 2 spots in the AL wild card. The game will be at Fenway tomorrow night. Cole is on the bump for the Yankees, and Nathan Eovaldi is going for the Sox. Elvis, it's only right. I have to start with you. Are you siding with your team?
Don't tempt me now. Red Sox, money line +104. Stop playing with me.
Wow.
What I've been saying for the past month. I know your boy been down on baseball. We haven't really been talking about it since the start of football. But I said they don't want to come play in Fenway. There's one place you don't want to play come October, and that's in Fenway now. So give me the Red Sox. I don't care who's pitching. Money line.
Love it.
Good, Joe.
Love the
Joe,
confidence.
what do you got?
You get some energy, Joe.
I'm rolling with that. And what I did is I went on and tried to get as much plus money as I did. I have a 3-way parlay at +411.
Wow.
Taking the over 8.5 runs because I think we're going to get high score. No, it's cold. Though it's Evaldi. I think runs are going to get scored. Both offenses are hot, and they need to score runs. So it might have back and forth exchanges in this one, and that's why I like the over 8.5. That's going along with Boston money line in the full game at +103 if you want to take it as a straight bet. And then along with Boston +1.5 in the first 5 at -275. That's pretty heavy, but at the fact is they are pretty much undefeated. I think they only have 3 losses when they're getting the run line, and they're 39-10 at home on the money line. So I feel like it's all favor in the Red Sox in this one.
How you feel, Dylan? How you feel?
Right now I don't have a play. I
This
think
guy.
I might stay away from it as much as I don't like the matchup, to be honest. What I was talking to you guys before, I don't understand why the Yankees. I would lean, just to clarify, I would lean Yankees
Crazy.
as much as
That's crazy.
it hurts me to say that to you. But your main objective is to win the World Series. And if you do win this game against the Red Sox, now you can't pitch your best starter against the Tampa Bay Rays, who you've struggled for. So what are you going to lose? Just win the game against the Red Sox just to lose to the Tampa Bay Rays? It doesn't make sense to me. I think they're better off having a bullpen game and just throwing one of their starters out there, because I think they have a better enough bullpen than the Red Sox to get the job done, even though Red Sox are good at home. But I don't know. I don't understand it for the Yankees. I don't understand why you would throw your best pitcher in this kind of game.
I think it's because it's the rivalry. You don't want the Red Sox. If you're a Yankees fan, you don't want the Red Sox to get in because of you. And
Yeah.
from a Red Sox perspective, we don't want the Yankees to get in because of us.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pride thing. Like Joey was saying before the show, it's the biggest rivalry in all the sports.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. But Dylan, you should be ashamed of yourself leaning the Yankees in times like this.
We'll come back on Wednesday and we'll see. There's also another wild card game we'll have plays for. I'll actually have a play Dodgers versus Cardinals. Cardinals might be the hottest team in baseball right now.
Yeah.
Wainwright versus Scherzer. That's going to be a hell of a matchup.
It's like an old school. It's like a pitching matchup from 2012.
And that's why I kind of would lean the under for the Yankees Red Sox.
Same.
Playoff baseball is very crucial. Runs are scarce.
Yeah,
It's very
Joe, you're
stressful.
real balls at taking the overs tomorrow.
Yeah.
This
but
offenses
but
are
hey,
hot.
Yeah, no, they are.
yeah, we scored 5 runs in the top of the ninth yesterday.
You needed it.
We was
Let's hope
panicking.
it
I was
carries
panicking.
over.
Yeah, hopefully it carries over. Anything else before we get up out of here, boys?
Good season for the Mariners and the Blue
Oh
Jays.
yeah, shout out you guys, the Braves. You guys clinched that lock. You know they won the division.
winners.
Yeah, whatever.
Mets
didn't.
Biggest
Yeah.
letdown in MLB history. As big of a lead they have in the first half of the season, they let it all
Yeah,
go away
7
in the
games.
second.
It was more than 7. It was like we were up like 9-10 games.
Yeah.
And you know what the sad truth about the Mets is, Joe? Unfortunately, they're probably going to keep Luis Rojas.
Hey.
Unfortunately, that guy
if
needs
they
to
keep
go.
him, I hate to say it, but I don't think you're gonna ever get the best DeGrom again. Like the DeGrom that we have
No.
seen for the past 3 years.
I'll be honest.
Might be the
another
time
thing-
to let go of him. Get a boatload.
Another
Yeah.
thing about the Mets too, your best pitcher is also your best hitter. Shocking.
Don't ever disrespect us. Don't ever. We got the polar bear. You don't even know about the polar bear.
I know about the polar bears. Multiple time home
Flying
runs
squirrel.
Yeah.
But other than that,
All right, we'll see you guys on Wednesday with more picks, hot takes. Please follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at The Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our EPs wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, and give us a review. All that good stuff helps us out tremendously. Be a friend, tell a friend, and everyone, good luck tonight.